Morning and welcome to week 9's assembly. I hope you've all had a fantastic half term and managed to get out and enjoy some of the lovely weather we've been having. Maybe you've been to the beach or out in your garden, or maybe you've been lucky enough to go for a walk in the woods or to the park. Either way, I hope you've had a fantastic break and are ready to start the last half term of the year. That may be continuing to work at home, and for some of you it's coming back into school, and I'm really looking forward to seeing those people that affects over the next few weeks. This week I've got a craft activity, making an origami floating paper boat that maybe you could use outside in your paddling pool if you're lucky enough to have one, or you could float in the bath, or you could just make it for decoration, and a book called The Cow Who Climbed a Tree. Okay, let's start the story. The Cow Who Climbed a Tree. Tina was a very curious cow. She had a thirst for discovery. Her mind was full of wonderful things, all of which her sisters found very silly. Impossible! Ridiculous! Nonsense! They would say every time she told them her amazing ideas. Her sisters were only interested in one thing: fresh and juicy grass. One day when Tina was exploring the woods, she decided to try something new. She began to climb a tree. Up and up she went. And at the top, Tina couldn't believe her eyes. Unlike the fierce dragons she had seen in her books, this one was friendly and vegetarian. All afternoon they talked about wonderful dreams and incredible stories. Tina couldn't wait to tell her sisters all about her new friend. But her sisters were not impressed. Dragons don't exist. Cows can't climb trees. Impossible. Ridiculous. Nonsense, they said. And with that, they went to bed. But the next morning, Tina was nowhere to be seen. Her sisters found a note. Gone flying with the dragon of the woods. Tina. Well, that was it. Tina's nonsense had gone too far. The sisters decided to go and find her and bring her home. For the first time they ventured beyond the farm and into the woods. They had never imagined it would be so beautiful. And then they came across something very strange. Impossible, they said. Flying lessons today. But the first cow began to climb, and one after another, up they went. The world beyond the fields was extraordinary. But where was Tina? Suddenly, the cows looked up. It was impossible. It was ridiculous. It was nonsense. But it was true. Tina was flying. And when she asked her sisters to join her, they said something they had never said before. Yes, why not? And after that, they just couldn't wait to see what else was possible. And that's the end of the story. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that one. It's a little bit of a silly one, but I thought it was quite fun. Okay, for this week's craft activity, we're going to have a go at making an origami paper boat. And it's one that should float. You won't need very much this week, just a piece of A4 paper, and that is it. Okay, so when you're ready, we'll start. Okay, so we're going to start with our A4 piece of paper in front of us, and the first thing we're going to do is fold it in half, just like so. Now, again, same as every week, it's really important you run your fingers along the crease lines very carefully, as there are quite a few folds. So when we fold our paper in half, we're going to turn it round so that the crease is at the very top, and then we're going to fold it in half again, just like so. Again, make sure we're running our finger along the crease line very, very carefully, and that everything is matched up so that it meets in the middle. Okay, when we're done with that, we open our piece of paper out in front of us, and we're going to take the top corner and fold it into that crease line in the middle to create a triangle shape, just like so. And then we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So take the corner, fold it down to the middle so in a triangle shape, and again run our finger along the crease line. Okay, when we finish that step, you can see the flaps here, 1 and 2. We're going to start with the piece at the bottom. We're only taking the very top top section, not both of them together, and I'm going to fold it in half, and you can see it matches the very bottom of our two triangles. It doesn't go over the top of them at the moment. Again, run our finger along the creases, and then we take it again and we fold it up and over, this time over the two triangles, just like so. Now we need to take each piece on the very corners here, and we're just going to fold them over and back to the other side of our boat, just like so. And I'm pinching there just to make sure it stays in place. Okay, now we take the other piece that's at the bottom. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold it in half so that it meets the very bottom of the last piece we've just folded, not over the top of it. And then I'm going to turn my boat over, and I'm going to open it out from underneath. You can see there. Just fold it back on itself. Now we've got that crease line. And then I'm going to fold it up and over, just like so. Looks a little bit like a paper hat at the moment. Now we take the shape we've got and we're going to grab it from the sides and pull it out. It almost creates a diamond or a kite shape here. And then I'm going to flatten it out. So you can see there. Flatten it out into that shape. And now I'm taking the bottom half and I'm just folding it up and back on itself. And you can see here I'm not folding it quite halfway. There's a gap all around the top. Make sure we really fold the creases down carefully this time. Okay, we turn our shape over and we repeat exactly the same thing on the other side. So you can see there's a gap all the way around the outside. Now I'm going to pick it up and I'm just opening it up from the corners and flattening it down. We end up with almost the same shape we did before, just a little bit smaller. And now we're doing the same thing. We take one half from the bottom and we fold it up. And this time we are folding it almost all the way. And then I'm going to turn it over and repeat the same thing on the other side. Again, really running my fingers along the crease lines now. Okay, we're nearly finished. Now's our final step. So you can see I'm doing it from the top, open it up, grab the two corners and I pull out. Then I'm going to flatten the whole thing out. And you can see here our boat shape. So when we look from the top, we just open it out. And that's our floating boat. And that should float on water. There, that's our boat all finished. Now just time for decorating. I've chosen to decorate mine as a pirate ship. But you might have lots of other ideas as to how you could decorate yours. Maybe you could look up what a Viking boat would have looked like. Or possibly you might be interested in some of the modern warships and you could have a look at those and try to decorate it in that way. There are lots of different famous boats around us. You could even be looking at something like the Mary Rose and trying to recreate that. I really hope you've enjoyed this week's story and craft activity, and I'm hoping you get the chance to take your boat outside, maybe use a bucket or a paddling pool and see if it really floats. If you haven't got space to do that, maybe you could use your kitchen sink or your bathtub, but make sure you ask an adult at home before you start doing that. Okay, I will see you all next week, and those of you who are coming back into school, I can't wait to see your smiling faces next Monday morning. I hope you have a good week, and remember, take care, look after each other and stay safe.